6:45 a.m. This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. The news, edited by J. Yogaraj and read by Mario Vijayavardhana. The headlines. Sri Lanka is hopeful of fruitful engagements for a speedy debt resolution during the IMF World Bank spring meetings. The national oil anointing ceremony is today. The Sri Lankan ambassador to Israel says Sri Lankans living in Israel are safe amidst Iranian attacks. Additional trains in operation after the New Year holidays. Legal action taken against 726 errant traders who failed to exhibit prices of commodities. The health sector says there is a sharp drop in accidents and other fatalities during this New Year festive season compared to the previous years. An advisory issued for rising temperatures in parts of the island. A technical college and an industrial college on motor vehicle modernization processes will be established in Sri Lanka with the support of the South Korean government. In news overseas, G7 leaders condemn Iran's attack on Israel. In sports news, Sri Lanka's promising sprinters eye Olympic berth. Sri Lanka's State Minister of Finance Shehan Semasinga says that they expect fruitful engagements that will pave the way for unlocking the next tranche of essential IMF funding and a speedy debt resolution which will enhance economic stability during the upcoming International Monetary Fund IMF and World Bank Spring Meetings 2024. Posting on X, formerly Twitter, Semasinga expressed that Sri Lanka's journey to its current state of stability and progress is due to the invaluable support provided by the IMF, the World Bank and international partners during the most severe economic crisis that the country faced since 2022. Quote, as we navigate the complexities of global economic challenges, we will engage closely with the IMF and aim to contribute to broader international economic cooperation with our partners, unquote, he added. Furthermore, the Finance State Minister emphasized that they expect fruitful engagements that will pave the way for unlocking the next tranche of essential funding and a speedy debt resolution which will enhance economic stability, confidence, sustainable growth, restore debt sustainability, and ultimately improve the welfare of every Sri Lankan citizen. Through dialogue, partnership and concerted efforts, we are confident that we will achieve a brighter economic future for Sri Lanka, Semasinga said. The 2024 IMF World Bank Group Spring Meetings will take place from the 15th of April to the 19th of April in Washington, D.C., with the participation of policymakers, civil society, researchers and several other high-ranking officials. Special train services are in operation from this evening for people to return to Colombo after the Sinhala and Tamil New Year holidays, the Railways Department announces. The Deputy General Manager of Sri Lanka Railways, N.J. Indipolage, states that accordingly 8 additional train journeys will be in operation from Badulla, Gala and the Beliatta railway stations to Colombo Fort. Meanwhile, the Department of Railways also mentions that the office trains will be operational as per usual from the 16th of April. The additional trains will be operational as today, the 15th of April 2024, at 7:45 a.m. from Badulla to Colombo Fort, April 15th today at 5:20 p.m. from Badulla to Colombo Fort, April 15th today 6 p.m. from Gala to Colombo Fort, April 15th at 8:10 a.m. from Beliatta to Colombo Fort, April 15th at 1:50 p.m. from Gala to Colombo Fort. Tomorrow, the 16th of April 2024, at 6:15 a.m. from Gala to Colombo Fort, April 16th tomorrow at 7:45 a.m. from Badulla to Colombo Fort, and April 16th tomorrow at 5:20 p.m. from Badulla to Colombo Fort. Once again, the additional trains will be operational as today, the 15th of April 2024, at 7:45 a.m. from Badulla to Colombo Fort, at 5:20 p.m. from Badulla to Colombo Fort, at 6 p.m. from Galla to Colombo Fort, at 8:10 a.m. from Beliata to Colombo Fort, at 1:50 p.m. from Galla to Colombo Fort. Tomorrow, the 16th of April 2024, Tuesday, 6:15 a.m. from Galla to Colombo Fort, 7:45 a.m. from Badulla to Colombo Fort, and 5:20 p.m. from Badulla to Colombo Fort. The Sri Lankan ambassador to Israel, Nimal Bandara, has assured that all the Sri Lankans living in Israel are safe amidst attacks carried out by Iran. Issuing a statement, Mr. Bandara said that although Iran targeted Israel with more than 500 shells and missiles, Israel's Iron Dome system has managed to neutralize all of them. Apart from an injury to a little girl, an Israeli girl, no one in Israel has been reported to have been injured so far, the Sri Lankan envoy in Tel Aviv assures. Meanwhile, he states that flight FZ1625 belonging to the Fly Dubai Airlines, operated from Dubai to Tel Aviv, at 8:10 p.m. last night while travelling from Dubai to Tel Aviv, was diverted to Dubai as soon as the information about the air attacks came to light. Mr. Bandara expressed that there were Sri Lankans on the flight who were on the way to Israel and that information about them is being disclosed. This news broadcast comes to you from the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. The State Minister of Indigenous Medicine, Sisira Jayakodi, announces that the National Oil Anointing Ceremony, Hisatalgama, a significant auspicious ceremony during the Sinhala and Tamil New Year festivities, is scheduled to take place today, the 15th of April at 10:17 a.m. The event will be held at the Handala Purana Rajamahaviharya in Vattala. The State Minister notes that the last auspicious ritual at the Sinhala and Tamil New Year festivities, the tree planting ceremony, is set for the 18th of April, and it has been designated as Moringa or Murunga Day by the Indigenous Medicine Ministry. The Indigenous Medicine Ministry, in collaboration with the Ayurveda Department, has organized the National Oil Anointing Ceremony, Hisatalgama, distinctive auspicious ceremony of the Sinhala and Tamil New Year festivities. This event is scheduled to take place today at 10:17 a.m. at the Handalapuran Rajamahaviharya in Vattala. Furthermore, the last auspicious ritual at the Sinhala and Tamil New Year festivities, the tree planting, is scheduled for the 18th of April, designated as Moringa Day by the Indigenous Medicine Ministry. On this occasion, the ministry extends an invitation to everyone to plant Moringa trees in their gardens. The Moringa plant is exceptionally nutritious and possesses significant medicinal value. The health sector says that there is a sharp drop in accidents and other fatalities during this New Year's festive season compared to the previous years. There was not a single firecracker-related incident so far. However, there were few fatal accidents reported during the last 2 days. 37 have been admitted to hospital due to injuries. A total of 162 personnel were admitted to the National Hospital due to injuries of various accidents and being admitted to the National Hospital. Meanwhile, it is reported that the health services were carried out without any shortage during the last 2 days. It should be noted that the health authorities showed their dedication and commitment on providing this essential health service during the last few days. In the meantime, the Consumer Affairs Authority also carried out raids during the festive season. Legal action was taken against 726 errant traders who failed to exhibit the prices of the commodities and sold a few food items at high prices. A technical college and an industrial college on motor vehicle modernization processes will be established in Sri Lanka with the support of the South Korean government. The Education Ministry has taken the initiative in this regard. Accordingly, the special training centres will be established in Maradana, Kandy, Bandaravela, Kagalla and the Samanturai technical colleges. The industrial training syllabus will be revised and developed to suit the technical aspects.
The main news story is brought to you by Sinhala Mahatmya.
The government plans to establish agri-villages this year island-wide with the sole purpose of promoting agriculture among the youth population. In the first phase, a few agri-villages will be established at selected divisional secretariats this year. Modern technology and smart technology will be utilized to educate the youth population.
The main news story was brought to you by Sinhala Vedamahatmya.
And now in Watchlight, the heat index, the temperature felt on the human body, is expected to increase up to the caution level, 39 degrees Celsius to 45 degrees Celsius in some places in the western and the northwestern provinces and the Mannarama district, the Met Department says. The advisory issued at 4 p.m. on the 14th is effective until today. It added, the advisory cautions of heat cramps and heat exhaustion. Continued activity could result in heat stroke. It further warns. The heat index forecast is calculated by using relative humidity and maximum temperature, and this is a condition that is felt on the human body, the Met Department says. The department further says this is not the forecast of maximum temperatures. It is generated by the Met Department for the next day's period and is prepared by using global numerical weather predictions model data, the advisory further read.
Coming up, World News.
Iran's attack against Israel, Netanyahu's war cabinet discusses response. G7 leaders condemn Iran's attack on Israel. German Chancellor Scholz visits China for summit with President Xi. Iran has touted its mass drone and missile attack against Israel, while Israel's war cabinet has discussed how to respond to the assault. Iran began the attack late on Saturday. Israel says it intercepted most of the drones and missiles with the help of other countries, including the United States. Iranian President Ebrahim Raisi says the attack taught Israel a lesson. Tehran says it mounted the assault in response to a strike on its embassy compound in Syria on the 1st of April. The strike killed a commander of the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, among the others. The leaders of the group of 7 nations have condemned the drone and missile attack that Iran conducted against Israel. Tehran says it carried out the assault in response to a strike on its diplomatic premises in Syria on the 1st of April. The leaders held an online meeting on Sunday. Italy, which currently holds a rotating G7 chair, issued a leader's statement afterwards. The German Chancellor Olaf Scholz is on his second visit to China since taking office. He is expected to discuss Russia's invasion of Ukraine during his summit with President Xi Jinping. Scholz arrived in the Chinese island city of Chongqing on Sunday and inspected the German firm's production plant. He is scheduled to visit Shanghai in China on Monday and meet Xi and the Premier Li Qiang in Beijing, the Chinese city, on Tuesday. A senior German government official said ahead of the visit that the Russian war against Ukraine is a key issue in the talks between Chancellor Scholz and President Xi. And now the main points of the World News segment. Iran touts attack against Israel. Netanyahu's war cabinet discusses a response. G7 leaders condemn Iran's attack on Israel. German Chancellor Scholz visits China for summit with President Xi. That was World News. And now in development news, the Japanese government has granted a stock of high-tech scanners valued at $8.4 million to the Katunayake International Airport and the Port of Colombo. These scanners have been provided to monitor the health issues such as epidemics and contagious diseases harmful to the public health, which could spread by foreigners in the country. The first batch of equipment under the grant aid was handed over to the Minister of Ports, Shipping and Aviation, Nimal Siripal de Silva. The Japanese ambassador to Sri Lanka, Mitsukoshi Hideaki, has a Katunayake International Airport on the 10th of April.
Moving on with sports news.
After a lapse of 5 years, Sri Lanka athletics witnessed the emergence of promising talent in the men's and women's 4x100 meters relay squads during the relay trials organized for the upcoming inaugural Asian Relay Championships. On the 10th of April at the Sukadasa Stadium in Colombo, these trials showed off the exceptional performances of new faces, setting the stage for Sri Lanka's participation in the championship scheduled for the 20th and the 21st of May in Thailand.
Go එකක් තියන youth එකට life එකේ change එකට නියමෙට set වෙන්න ඇස් වහගෙන දැකපු හිර හැබැ කරන්න youth එකට නියමෙට set වෙන friendship එක මෙන්න.
The all-new NSB Ithru account, NSB IM, a plan for your dream.
Business News, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
People's Bank is back with an exciting gift offer for Ganudenu festivities this Aurudu season today on the 15th of April, Monday, at the People's Bank branches island-wide. The People's Bank Deputy General Manager of Retail Banking, TMW Chandrakumara, said, "At People's Bank, we've always aimed to be more than just a bank. We are deeply rooted in the communities we serve, understanding the aspirations and traditions of every customer. Back in 1973, we pioneered the tradition of conducting Aurudu Ganudenu at the bank, and ever since it has been a highlight in our calendar. Our goal with this annual celebration is not just to spread joy, but also to encourage saving habits while honouring our rich cultural heritage."
Business News, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
Go එකක් තියන youth එකට life එකේ change එකට නියමෙට set වෙන්න ඇස් වහගෙන දැකපු හිර හැබැ කරන්න youth එකට නියමෙට set වෙන friendship එක මෙන්න.
The all-new NSB Ithru account, NSB IM, a plan for your dream.
And now in economic news, a discussion was held between the Minister of Power and Energy and the Asian Development Bank, the ADB, on the progress of the electricity sector reforms, policy loans to be extended and ongoing programs. ADB funding renewable energy programs including the Moragholla hydropower plant along with the regional power cooperation progress, new finance schemes and grants for rooftop solar for SMEs and low-income groups, and technical assistance available for the power sector were the key topics discussed at this event with Minister Kanchana Wijesekara.
Weather report.
The Met Department says showers or thunder showers and severe lightning will occur at several places in the western, Sabaragama, southern, central, northwestern and Nuva provinces and in the Ampara and Batikalo districts. Showers are likely in the eastern province during the morning too. Several spells of light showers may occur elsewhere in the island. Fairly heavy showers above 100 millimeters are likely at some places in the western and Sabaragama provinces and in the Garland, Mathura and Ampara districts. On the apparent northward relative motion of the sun, it is going to be directly over the latitudes of Sri Lanka during the 5th to the 15th of April this year. This weather report was issued at 4:30 a.m. Further details could be obtained by visiting the official website of the department. That was the weather report, and now the headlines of this news broadcast. Sri Lanka is hopeful of fruitful engagements for speedy debt resolutions during the IMF World Bank spring meetings. The national oil anointing ceremony is today. The Sri Lankan ambassador to Israel says Sri Lankans living in Israel are safe amidst Iranian attacks. Additional trains are in operation after the New Year holidays. Legal action against 726 errant traders who have failed to exhibit the prices of commodities. The health sector says there is a sharp drop in accidents and other fatalities during this year's New Year festive season compared to the previous years. An advisory issued for rising temperatures in parts of the island. A technical college and an industrial college on motor vehicle modernization will be established in Sri Lanka with the support of the South Korean government. In news overseas, G7 leaders condemn Iran's attack on Israel. In sports news, Sri Lanka's promising sprinters eye Olympic berth. That concludes this news broadcast, and before I hand over the controls to Chagi Dabare, let me take this opportunity to wish all our dear listeners out there and also to Chagi a Suba Alut Aurudak, and of course all the best to you. And Chagi, over to you today in polka dots, black and white, and it's a surprise to see you, Chagi, a wonderful surprise always. And on a personal note, it's a special day for you, Chagi, today as well. It's a secret, but it's a new chapter in your life. So here's wishing you all the best, Chagi Dabare.